Are you guys alive? Thank God. Hello? Are you guys there? Are you guys still here? Thank God. Oh my God. And I just got news that Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are gonna survive. I don't know what I would do if they were to die. I'm just saying. Whew. Okay, anyway, hi guys, it's Christine. How are you? Yeah, I actually feel great today. I think part of my problem was I needed some sleep. Like, I hadn't been sleeping just because I have a lot going on and I'm going to bed late and getting up early. And then it takes me a while to like settle down once I get home from work, and I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. And you guys, sleep helps your mental like clarity a lot, just saying. I forget about how important sleep is. So is it the apocalypse? Is it? I don't know. I don't think so. I would like to think no. I'll say that. I would like to think that this planet, this country, you know, we are going through a huge transformation, and it can go either way. We can end up coming out on top, or it could be the end of the world. So, you know, I don't really, you know, when I was a kid, I was a child, I had this one teacher that would call me worrywart because I was always worried. I was worried about the plants and trees, and like, you know, I'd like, if I accidentally killed a fly, I'd be like, the fly is dead, I killed it, it's going, I'm like, is it, and you know, is it going to heaven or hell? Like, what, like, and my mom was like, you think too deeply, like, what is wrong with you? Like, I would just worry about so much stuff. And as I've gotten older, and you know, there are adults that are still like that. As I've gotten older, I don't even worry, you know. I try not to worry. I take action with the things that I have control over, and just, you know, hope for the best for things that I can't, because there's no use of, you know, driving myself crazy to, you know, for things that I have no control over. So have you ever heard that expression that says, worry is like a rocking chair, it gives you comfort but it takes you nowhere? So what are the things that I have control over now? I have control over, I mean, I'm prepped. I could be more prepped, but I have at least a month's supply of food and water. You know, because I saw something like this coming. You know, I wish I had taken the time to do a patio garden. I'm actually going to start that probably next week, actually. Get the supplies and just start growing stuff, because at least I'm thinking maybe in 2 months I can have some kale and some stuff. I should have been growing a garden already. I should have been doing that, but I can't beat myself up about that. I can just do what I can now, right? I can probably get some microgreens. You know, those are pretty cheap and pretty small. You can eat those and they replenish pretty fast. Have a good water filter, right? Because as long as our infrastructure is still up, right? The water isn't turned off. So I'm not going to even rip into the gallons of water that I have stored until, you know, the water is turned off, right? For that. So I'm still going to bathe. I'm still going to, like, you know, have a couple of survival books. I kind of know, you know, it'd be good to know what would be good to eat off of the land, right? Cactus, there's lots of cactus in Texas. You can eat that. You can use the inside of the cactus to filter water. It kills like 98% or something of the bacteria. It's really good if you need to filter water and you don't have, you're out and you don't have a water filter. You know, there are other wild edibles, dandelion greens and stuff like that you can get and eat, actually. So if you can get, I need to get one. I know a few things just by looking at it, but I'm not that well versed. You know, you can get what are those wild crafting books that's good for your region. If you're in the city, man, I don't know, like the city, like LA or New York, I mean, I don't know. That's one of the reasons I did want to move to Texas, because even though Austin is a city, you still have the outskirts. There's a lot of wildlife and stuff like that, and they have, you know, ponds and streams and rivers and, you know, things like that. Not to dog anybody in the city, I'm just saying, like, that's one of the reasons why they want to move people to the city, so they'd be helpless, you know, so they'd be dependent, right? There are people that grow their food inside the cities, but the majority of people don't. They depend on shipments to come in. But now this is a time where people are kind of probably starting to realize that maybe it's not such a good idea to be so dependent on things, you know, where you don't have control over it, right? It's interesting, you know, all these people like in Silicon Valley that want to like say, you know, if you're a farmer or somebody like that, they don't care about the earth. But honestly, the farmers and people that can hunt and fish have more of a connection to nature than they do, because they don't even, you know, what are they going to do? Eat their iPhones if stuff goes south? And I'm just saying, this is just the worst case scenario right now. I mean, I ordered, I had even more food stored, but I ate some of it. It was really bad. So I ordered a few things off of Amazon. I'm like, I refuse to go to the store this week. I just know it's going to be bad. You know, I had my theory about like the liberal cities being the most freaked out, but since now the emergency is national, I think that now everybody's freaking out. So I'm just like, I'm not even going to the store. I mean, I might on my route in the mornings, I go and I'll get some fruits and vegetables every day. And maybe a few little staples I need along the way, but I'm not going to the grocery store and fight the crowds. I don't want to see the ugly side of humanity. I don't want to live in Black Friday, because that's pretty much what it's like at a lot of the stores right now. People are like freaking out and they're rationing things. It's like communist, you know, Romania or Russia right now. I'm like, I can't even deal with that shit, you know. So thank God, I'm just saying that I have some from Food and Water stored. And I was talking to another one of my friends, and she was like saying that she was gonna go on a fast, and I was like, that's a good idea. Like, you know, this is a good time to actually go on a fast. If you have some food stored, you know, maybe just not rip into it right away. And you can still, the stores aren't closed yet. You can still go shopping. They're still getting shipments in, so it's not, you know, that bad. So maybe still get some food here and there while you can, you know. But there are people getting stuff like milk and meat, and that it's perishable. You need to get, or ramen. I'm just like, technically I wouldn't, you know, the starchy foods are not really good for your health. I would get fermented foods. I would, you know, I have friends that know how to ferment food. I would ferment food if I could, right? That's good for your microbiome, which in turn is good for your immune system. You know, that's, you know, that would help your immune health and also feed you at the same time. You know, why are people like stuck on toilet paper? It's a luxury, not a necessity. That's just so weird. It seems like it's a psyop that they're like, we're gonna implant them with the fear and see who falls for it, you know, toilet paper. It's kind of funny. It's kind of a joke, you know. Like, you think they're laughing. They're like, look at all the motherfuckers I made get like fight over toilet paper. This is crazy, right? We survived like thousands of years without toilet paper, right? As long as we got water, you just get a washcloth and wipe it. I would get soap. I would get matches. Supplements. If you're on medication, I would make sure that you have a sufficient supply of that, you know. Personally, colloidal silver, it is good. It is good to see that you know, like things like colloidal silver and vitamin C and elderberry are getting, you know, we're empty as well in some of the stores, because a lot of people, at least the word's getting out, like that's how you fortify your immune system. But I have a lot of that already. I have DMSO. I have, you know, I have hydrogen peroxide 3%. And so I've had, you know, I have some essential oils. I don't know how long I'm gonna need them or they'll last, but you know, I have some of that stuff, so I'm not worried about getting a lot of that stuff. Sorry, I'm like, if you feel like I'm throwing this in your face, you're like, I already am prepared. I'm not. There's still some stuff. I don't have a radio. You know, I'm like, dang, I don't have a radio. I don't have like a decent flashlight. I have some candles. You know, I'm like, you know, my bug out bag could have been a little bit better prepared. I'm just saying, you know. But these are things that, you know, if you don't have them already, if you have the money to get them, maybe you guys should consider getting them. I'm just saying, those are things that you have control over, right? You know, one thing also that gives me hope is the fact that I don't really know anybody that's falling for the hype of the virus itself. They're not scared of dying from the virus. I actually was at another, this is a clinic, right, with doctors and nurses and stuff. And I go every Saturday and I do my route. This route is paperwork. Some routes I have to actually do specimens. Very interesting. Yesterday, one of my routes, this guy was asking, he was running out and he's like, oh, like, can you take this? And I was like, oh no, I'm with a different company. I can't, that's with another company. I'm not allowed to take it. And he's like, oh man, I got these COVID-19 tests. I need you to take it. I was like, sorry, and I was like, hey, what test do they use to confirm that? And he was like, I was like, is it the PCR? He's like, yes. I was like, oh God, I'm like, don't even get me. They're not definitive. That's all I have to say. I didn't say that. I'm just like, I don't want to argue. I just want to finish my route and go home. I was like, okay, have a nice day, So I do paperwork. So I go into this clinic and I was like, hey guys, what's going on? Get my stuff. And I was like, how you guys doing with all the drama? He's like, yeah, the overblown nonsense. I was like, yeah, right. So even people in the medical field, they're just like, this shit is crazy. Anywhere I go, I don't see the emergency rooms or hospitals being overfilled with people dying from the coronavirus. Okay, so that, to me, that's another red flag. I've even gone places where they're supposed to be wearing masks and they know that it's bullshit, and then they see me coming, they see other people coming, and then they put their mask on and they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, that those things aren't going to protect you anyway, right? One hospital I went to, they're standing at the door spraying hand sanitizer in people's hands, and I'm like, I told him, I was like, I can't use that stuff. I was like, I'll wash, if you want me to go to the bathroom and wash my hands, I'll gladly do that, but I don't use hand sanitizer. And again, I'm not a doctor, but they have hormone disruptors in it. I've worked too hard with my, the internal inflammation that I've had, and endometriosis and cramping and all that. Sorry guys, I know I got a lot of guys that watch the channel, but I don't use hand sanitizers like Purell and stuff, those generic ones. You can make your own sanitizer. There's natural hand sanitizer, but I'm just like, wow, it's interesting that that all the antibacterial soap and all the hand sanitizer, those things are so bad for you anyway. But yeah, they're just people that don't even question. They're just putting their hands out like good little robots here, like walking the door and letting them spray them. I'm just like, yeah, I don't do that. And they all were like shocked. I was like, and then one lady, it kind of freaked me out because I was going in and she was trying to spray it, spray it. And I was just like, I don't do that. So I went back I had to apologize. I was like, look, I'm sorry I snapped at you. I know you're trying to do your job, but I don't use those things. I didn't go into detail because obviously it seems like when you go into detail and try to educate people and they think they know everything, then, it leads to, like that nurse flipping out. They take it personally, and I'm not trying to attack them personally. I'm just like, look, I don't use that. Those things, that hand sanitizer is bad for you. You can sanitize and wash your hands every way. But watch, we survived hundreds of thousands of years without hand sanitizer. Go figure, good old soap and water just usually does the trick. So I don't understand, the whole hand sanitizer shit. It's just crazy too. So is it a way, or is it, they're different opinions, right? I've talked about this, I think, in the last video. There are different opinions as to if there's a virus. Is it really a virus? Is it 5G? Were the Chinese being experimented on with vaccines? Was it, are they just counting flu cases as virus cases? Was it the pollution in China and the incinerators that were burning that were giving them lung conditions? Was it all of it or some of it, right? So, they're different degrees, they're different theories. I think people should be allowed to theorize and try and figure out what they think is the right story. You know me, I don't trust the mainstream media one flipping bit. They always lie. and they're funded by the pharmaceutical industry. So I don't really, especially when it comes to health issues, I don't see why I'm obligated to believe them. I like to kind of go outside. I like to see what they say and then do my own investigations and compare other news outlets with other, and see, and then and try and make my own assessment that way. That's just how I roll. And I feel like my life is much better because of that. I don't give into the fear. If I can come to a logical conclusion about something, at least something that makes sense to me, I'm fine with that. I don't have to, there doesn't have to be one absolute truth, because in this case there's differing opinions and different perspectives. Only thing I would say is absolute for me is that it is blown way out of proportion, and I think because of that there's another agenda, and a lot of people on the street that I've been talking to have been saying the same thing. They're just like, this is blown way out of proportion. They're pissed that the economy is fucked up and they're like losing their jobs, but they're not scared of the virus, and they know that the flu, according to the CDC statistics, the flu kills more people every year, or by this time has killed more people every year, okay? And heart disease, suicide. Now they care about our health now, and what there are lots of people recovering. They're saying, oh, this there's 100,000 cases that people have contracted the coronavirus out of 9 billion people. That's a very, 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 very small number, first of all. Two, they're not saying that the majority of those cases are recovering, okay? The majority are recovering. They're making a full recovery. So why aren't they emphasizing that in the media? Why are they shutting down people that are saying that vitamin C, which actually boosts your immune system, colloidal silver, selenium, are things that you can use to boost your immune system to help you recover or to not get infected at all. It's very true. There's lots of evidence to support this, even with the flu and other illnesses, right? But they're even saying, oh, we'll get a flu shot, but there's no shot for the coronavirus. But you're going to tell us to get a flu shot, which is proven not to work, which, they guys, that they make the strain a year before, they make the batch a year before, and they have to guess the strain. It's very subjective. They're guessing like magicians, There's no scientific test. Science is supposed to be objective. They guess. And for the past at least 3 years or more, that they've got the strain wrong. So people that are getting the flu shot are getting the flu anyway. Or most people always get sick from the flu anyway, from the flu shot. So, why are people going to get a flu shot to protect them from the coronavirus? Why are they recommending that? Because they want us to believe the only way that we can be healthy is through vaccines or pills. And that's bullshit, okay? I don't really, I don't know where this is going to lead. I had somebody else tell me that, there is a war going on within the governmental agencies. There are lots of people that are, I don't care if you think that I'm crazy. I don't care if you think that I'm far-fetched. There is evidence of, child kidnapping rings and satanic rings and people in government. There's even been some that have been busted. You look at the Jerry Savelle case in England. So it happens, right? It's not like I'm even making it up that it's not true. I'm not making it up. You can find evidence of this even in the past. And I think a lot of people, they think because, something happened in the past, then it will, it stopped. So it's still going on. A lot of people in government are very corrupt all over the world. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a really famous interview. It's translated because I think it's in Dutch, so you have to read subtitles. There's a guy who's a banker. He's a banker. Oh no, it's the corona. It's on my throat. And he was talking about how they corrupt people, and he got out. How they, the steps that they take once you have a certain level of money and wealth, they start to slowly corrupt you and blackmail you and find things on you and then pull you into these rings. And a lot of it involves sex trafficking and child trafficking and satanic rituals and stuff like that. It's very disturbing, but I felt like, you can tell when people are bullshitting, and there are other people that have come and talked about it, but I just thought this interview is very interesting because this guy's a banker. And anyway, you should watch it. And, if you're a pretty good judge of character, you should see if he's bullshitting. I don't really think he has anything to gain by having this interview. In fact, it's the opposite. So, what was I going to say? So, because of that, too, there are a lot of people that have known. There are people that are good that have known that this has been going on for a long time. So, the other perspective of, we are being... this is the end of the world. They're lining us up for the mark of the beast. They're getting us prepared for this vaccine. The gloom and doom. There's a gloom and doom scenario. But another scenario is the fact that the elite have used this, or they wanted to use this as a way to make that happen. But the white hats are actually going to use this as a way to arrest a lot of people that have been doing horrible, evil things. And that they want to put people under martial law to get them out of the way and to kind of keep them off the street, which I've been playing with that idea as well. I get something, somebody sends me something, I think about it, I play with it in my head. That could be a possibility as well, because, if you think about it, if mass arrests are going to be made, they're going to retaliate by, having terrorist attacks and, blowing shit up and, causing other distractions to keep them from being in trouble. And I know that there have been lawsuits, or, there are people coming under fire for sex rings and stuff already. Go on, lady. Yeah, go on. There's nobody behind me. There are people going, that are getting, or that are being, what's the word I'm saying? Anyway, I know that there are steps in some countries and some cases that are being made to bring some of these people to justice. You can probably look some of this up if you want to. I don't think that, I don't know, I would like to think that they're not going to get away with this forever. This has been going on for years and years and years and years. And there are people that are just, they kind of have the mindset, oh, they have money, they have power, it's always going to be this way, and there's nothing we can do about it. I just don't want to believe that. I don't. There has to be, there's a whole nother community of people. If you go into kind of the spiritual new age movement, they believe that, this is the era where these people's times is up, and they're going to get their due justice, right? I would like to believe that. Either way, if you think about it, so basically, this article, I was reading this article, kind of breaking it down. One of my friends was telling me this, and I did hear about this a few months ago before the coronavirus happened, and I thought about it because I heard about it, but it just went over my head, saying that there was going to be some kind of pandemic or world event that's going to cause martial law. And while this martial law is happening, it's supposed to keep people safe and keep them off the streets while all these arrests are being made, because a lot of these people are in so many areas of government, medicine, school, corporations, that if they... And if I think about it, and I'm like, okay, well, if they did have all these mass arrests going on at the same time, it would wreak havoc in society. Either way, it's a fairy tale, okay? Whether it's the gloom and doom, it's unreal either way. This shit's unreal. So whether it's like the gloom and doom, we're all gonna die, we're gonna be slaves forever, we're gonna get chipped, or the planet is being cleansed, and when this is over, then things are going to be good, So since I don't know either way, I'm going to take the positive scenario and just see what happens. And I'm going to get up every day. I'm going to meditate and pray, because that's all I can do right now, right? I'm going to fast. Starting probably Monday, because I got some turkey sausage I want to finish. But I'm gonna fast. It's a good time to go on a fast, right? And cleanse my body, cleanse my spirits. And I'm gonna also take a break. I'm gonna record a few videos and take a break from social media for a minute, because I mean, the social media is driving me crazy. I'm not scared, it's just making me angry. The lies are just making me angry, and I've been snapping at my friends. I've been going off on my friends and people that I care about, and I'm just like, you know what, it's a stressful situation for everybody, and I need to get over myself and realize that, you know, there's only one virus, guys. It's in your mind, and it's called fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. So what are you going to do? Are you going to worry? Because it's not going to get you anywhere. And honestly, you know, I was listening to somebody speak, one of my friends too. She's like an herbalist and a healer. And she's smart, and she's right. She's thinking about, it's very powerful if you believe in the law of attraction, and if you believe in intent and intention and energy. It's very powerful that everyone on the planet has their thoughts focused on this virus, right? It's very powerful. What are you gonna? So they have our energy harnessed in some way, whether it's to keep us in fear, or whether it's to keep us distracted. Is it good that we're being distracted so they can make these arrests, or is there something else more nefarious going on? That's a distraction. I don't know. Okay, but either way, I can choose to be in fear and be scared and have my immune system lower, which is going to lead me and make me more susceptible to getting sick. Or I can really, take care of my immune system, fast, meditate, unplug from social media, and don't watch the news. I can do that, right? Are there people, in your life that are toxic that you need to cut them out of your life? Maybe this is the right time. Maybe this is the time that you need to tell people that you love them very much, because you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe this is a time where you can make amends with people. If you feel you need to make amends with people, there are people that I've cut out right now I don't feel like I need to make amends with. But there are people that I haven't talked to in a while that I just want to call them and tell them that I love them, because and I love you guys. I'm going to send this video to some of my friends. I love you guys. I don't know what's going to happen, Hopefully, let's just hope for the best, expect the worst, and that's all we can do. And I'm going to take the positive side. And I know there are some people that might be mad at me because I'm like all Pollyanna and shit. But like I said, I don't know either way. And I could sit in a pool of fear and just be scared and worried about shit. But I'm not going to do that. Okay? And I also realize there are people that want the apocalypse to happen because they're dissatisfied with their life. A lot of people think that this is their way out because they don't want to take responsibility for the life that they created, so they welcome it. Or they think that it's in the Bible, it's prophecy. I'm like, okay, I get that, but it doesn't have to go down like that, because we have free will. So we can either lay back and accept that these people are trying to create biblical prophecy by all of the things that they're doing to the planet, by starting the Australian fires, by siphoning water off the land. You guys know that they were siphoning water off the land for years, so when these fires did occur, it was harder for them to contain them, because they didn't have any the groundwater to that's why they were burning so hot. And anyway, so these people are ruining the environment, they're messing things up, they're crying, all these animals are dying, people are dying, wars are going on. They want to create biblical prophecy, they want to, right? But as long as we have free will, it doesn't have to go down like this. It doesn't have to be the end of the earth for us. It doesn't have to be the end unless you want it to be. All right, so think about that. Stay calm, stay positive. I'm afraid I'm gonna make this video and then somebody might catch me on tape and be like, the cameras are all gonna die, we're all gonna die. That would be really embarrassing. I'm saying, stay calm, everybody, and then cut to me being like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But I don't think so. I don't want to think that. I refuse to think that. I refuse to give in, and I refuse to think that these assholes are gonna win. All right? That's just me. What do you guys think? All right. Peace, truth, love you guys. Bye-bye. Mwah.